Hey guys, welcome back to another RAV4 resource video. Today we're going to be going over some really nice car seats from Kustom Interior. So here I'm just unboxing these, and we went ahead and got these for the front and rear, and I'm going to show you how I installed them. It's a bit of a process. They don't come with a instruction sheet, so this will be your instruction guide. So you see here we've got the headrests. It's going to come with two sets for the back, and depending on which model you've got, but it'll be pretty obvious. Alright, so open up the second box and just get more of these out, no big deal. Here you can see all the pieces out. Got the rear, and then the front. Headrests. Like I said, it's going to come with multiple pieces for the middle piece in the rear, for the rear seat, but it'll be pretty obvious which one you need to use based off the headrest sizing there. So first thing, I'm gonna pop off the headrest button right there, and just push, and it literally pops off. So total time to get these on probably took me about 15 minutes, and they were the easiest ones. It's pretty difficult getting these seats on, so you'll just have to bear with me. With the RAV4 headrests, there'll be a longer side and a shorter side, so it'll be pretty obvious which side to put the covers on. And there's a little bit of gapping on them, but once you get them on the seat, you can't really tell, especially if you run them all the way down touching the seat. I had the wrong one on there, so I had to get the right one. And I'm just doing a time lapse of all this so that way you can see the full installation process. I think total time, it probably took me about 2.5 hours to do the whole thing. You're gonna have to remove the seats, which we're gonna go through here in a minute. So that took quite a while to get that out and just make sure everything fit right, or as best I could. So I have been running these for a couple weeks now since I filmed this, and so far I really like them. I don't want to say, good or bad yet. I want to give it, at least a couple months, maybe a year before we really give it a review. But so far, there's no like sliding or slipping or anything like that. They're really nice. In fact, I just kind of forgot I have them because they look so seamless with the car, which is great. Yep, so just getting this last one on, almost done. So that's it. So that's 5 headrests right there. And make sure you Velcro the bottoms down, and that's what it should look like. Alright, now to remove the seats, you're going to need a T50, and one of mine was kind of stripped, so the T45 also worked. So once you've got the right star tool, you can move the seat backwards, and then you're going to want to remove the front ones first, and it's just those two star bolts. And then you'll move the seat forward and do the back two. Before you take the seat completely out though, go under the hood and undo the battery terminal. It's a 12mm on both the posts. And you're gonna let your car sit for about 10 minutes, so that way it doesn't activate any airbags. So while I was doing that, I went and worked on the other side. So now I'm going to show you the connectors. These are the three that you're going to have to disconnect. Here's a shot of how to get them out of there. Each one has a different clip style, and it'll be pretty obvious when you're under there looking at them. Generally speaking, though, you're just going to press up on that one. This yellow one was pretty difficult. Yep, and then just get this last one out here, and then there's still the cables are tucked away. Let's see, yeah, get that last little part right there. Just takes a little bit of finesse there. I have a upholstery tool. It's for removing plastics in the car, around the car and stuff like that. So that kind of helped with this part. But if not, you can just forcefully pull it down. Try not to break off those little tabs. But you can see that that's the tab that's holding those two on. And just that pops right out. So now you've got the seat out, and we're going to start by putting on the back part. And you can see there with the anchors, there's I believe 3 anchors here. And so at the top, what I'm doing is I'm pushing the eyelets down around where the headrest goes, and I found that was the best way to get the top part to stay situated and be exactly where it needs to be. And the bottom part with the anchors, it's a flat piece, and you're going to want to shove it straight back in and up or down. It doesn't matter, but as long as the anchor sits behind the seat, you'll be able to feel it whenever it sits back there. And then these hook down here, I was having a little trouble finding a spot on this specific seat of where to do it. And this is the driver's seat, so the passenger seat's going to be virtually the same, especially for the top part. Now for the bottom part, I get the anchors in here, and then there's a couple of straps, 2 in the front, and then the ones on the side that need to connect. And on the passenger side, you won't have this problem because there's no plastic around it for all the electrical components, because the passenger side on the RAV4 is manual. But you can see here, I tucked them under the plastic, so this is going to give it a really seamless look. The only problem is on this side right here, had a little bit of an issue getting those in on the right side, so I just got some pliers and was able to pull them through, which you'll see here in a minute. Yeah, I'll just let this play out so that way you can kind of see the whole installation process from A to Z. You can see that silver bar right there in the middle. I tried not to hook anything onto that because it seemed like that was part of the mechanism to move the seat. And then you don't want this to go over like that. I'm just showing you, whenever the seat moves up and down, it's gonna mess up the seat cover. So you gotta pull it through here. Got some pliers. It was really tight to work in there, but you can see there's a little hole right there where I get it through. And there we go. Now at this point it's just fine tuning. You can use a heat gun to help relax the leather. So I'm just tucking these parts in over here, front, side. I did have some issues there, right there where I'm working at now, but I'm thinking that the leather is going to relax over time, and I'll be able to stretch it there. But I was not able to stretch that part too much further over and tuck it in. So I lift it up for now. I'm gonna worry about it another time. All right, removing the back seats, you've got 2 tabs on the front you're just going to have to forcefully pull up on, and then there's a hook on each side. You're going to push down and do like a scooping motion. That'll help you get those out. Yeah, and you can kind of see there what kind of clip it is. And for these, we're just throwing them over. These are probably, once you get the seat out, it's probably the easiest part. Getting these back in were not that easy, mostly just because the clips were, the front clips were pretty difficult to line up. But once they were lined up, they went in just fine. It does take a bit of force though to get them back in. And there's going to be 4 straps here on the bottom. And then each piece has 2 anchors, and the middle has, each side has 2 anchors, and then the middle has 1 anchor. So once you get this back in, you're going to want to hook them in first and then snap the fronts in. So hook the back parts in like I'm doing now. And you can see I'm kind of having to push back on this one, and then almost like a CPR move, push down really hard. At one point I had to jump on it with my knee and push it in, but I was able to get those in. I do apologize here for the camera angle. I didn't realize it was so far down. There's a little latch at the top of your seat. You pull it. You can pull the seats forward. You'll have to do that. Let's start again, just like the front seats with the eyelet. You can see those 2 there. It just helps to hold it in place. And then from there, you're just going to be getting those anchors in. And if you slide them in there straight, and then once you get past the seat, you can push them to be vertical, and that holds them in place. I did find it quite difficult to get all the anchors in, because you're going to have 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom, and then 3 from the top. That's a lot of anchors to stuff in there. And on these seats, there's the child restraint latches and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of not a lot of space in there to do. So some of the anchors kind of overlapped. But so far they've done a great job of holding. Yep, and so here, just another angle. It was raining while I was doing this, so I was trying to keep the camera dry. Gonna get the seatbelt out of the way here. And there's some Velcro at the top. I'm just attaching to hold it in. I got the eyelets in, you could see there. There's also a zipper, so I'm gonna go ahead and zip that up. The other side I left unzipped, so that way I could fold my seats down without having to worry about unzipping it. It seemed fine that way. And you can see here, just make sure you're on the side there, you want your Velcro to go at a diagonal angle. That's all I was trying to show you there. And put the seatbelt back, get everything pulled into place. And it might take you a few minutes, but get those anchors in. And there's a little bit of a gap there on mine. Again, I'm going to wait probably till summertime when it gets warm again, and once we've used them a little bit more and try to work on some of the fitment. You can see here some of that stuff at the top just doesn't really fit too great. Compared to some of the other car seats I've had in the past, these look a lot better. Any seat cover that you have to take the seats out is just going to be a bit of a pain, but the trade-off is that, you know, they are going to be really in there. They're not going to slide around on you, and they look seamless. So like I said before, I really like the look of them, the feel of them. They feel like they're from the factory. And yeah, I couldn't get this tucked in for the life of me. But like I said before, I'm going to wait till it gets a little warmer and try again on that. I might be able to shift it over too if I took those anchors out. They're pretty tough to get out. But you can see how they pull in the seat. Day to day, I don't really notice any of this, but I'm being you know, a little nitpicky here for the review. Overall though, very happy with these. I really like how they look. I do wish they had included a cover for that center console, because that one on my car at least was getting worn out. It's not too hot on my back, which is something I was kind of worried about, but they have the nice perforations there. Really happy with that. Alright, and here's the before of the rear seats and after. And the rear seats before, they do have the white stitching, which is nice, but these are the all black options. There's a couple other options from Kustom Interiors, which is really nice. Yeah, a lot of this is just gonna relax, no big deal. Yeah, overall though, really pleased. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.